Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you a video which I've kind of been planning for a little while. I've been buying bits of products, trying to search for a few photographs, and yeah, just really thinking up some ideas and stuff. Plus I've seen so many YouTubers doing this lately on their channels, and I actually thought of this a little while ago, so I don't really feel like this is a jumping on the bandwagon case, because in fact I did actually plan this a really long time ago. But yeah, as you can probably tell by the title, I am doing my makeup from my teenage years. And I'm not gonna lie, I did think that my makeup looked really good back in the day, but it really didn't. There was a specific photo that I was hunting for up in a box of pictures I've got upstairs, but I couldn't find the one I really wanted to do, which was like green eyeshadow, a massively like glossy lip and all the rest, and I couldn't find it. But instead I've pulled together a few photographs of sort of like my later teenage years, so like 18, 19, where I thought that my makeup was literally amazing. Clearly was not. So we're talking like big pink cheeks, really smoky eye makeup, loads and loads of eyeliner, like to the point of being in the waterline, and loads of mascara, no eyebrows, and pretty crap skin really. So yeah, I'm gonna rock on and start doing this makeup look, and I'm not gonna lie, I am not looking forward to how this is gonna look. Before we get started, I'll show you two of the photographs that I have found printed out, but I've actually got some as well on the computer that I will put on screen in a second after I've shown you these ones. So this is the first photograph, but this is me here. The makeup was seriously dark, and it just wasn't great, and it also did not match my dark hair whatsoever. So yeah, that's also the hair that I had all through my teenage years, which is great. And then the next photograph is actually this one just here. So I hope you can see that. Again, dark eyes, bushy hair, and just not great. So I'm going to try and recreate these looks as well as doing my hair in that way. I'm not going to be touching it with any straighteners or curlers or anything, because it's straight and curly on two different photos here. And I'm going to leave some on screen for you now, which you can also see. So as you can see, it's again a very dark eye, a glossy lip, and just a very unattractive look really. My base looks horrific. I didn't use bronzer at all. So let's get started with this. Right, to start off, I'm just gonna put a hairband in my hair just to pin all this back, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not want this foundation and stuff in my hair. The first product I always reached for as a teenager, and I'm sure if you've seen other YouTubers doing this video, then you will have known exactly what I'm going to show you next, and it is the Dream Matte Mousse foundation. I had to buy this foundation specifically for this video because I didn't own it anymore. I threw it away. It's a tragic foundation in my eyes. I just do not like this at all. The consistency, I haven't looked at this in so long. As you can see, it's a mousse light foundation. I'm sure you all know what it is. And I literally just used to guess the colour of this and pop it on my face. I never changed my shade or anything, no matter how tanned or how pale I was. So I bought the shade I used to buy years and years ago, which was 21 Nude. As you can see, my face is quite pale at the moment. My body isn't too pale because I went on holiday a couple of months ago. My tan is still kind of there. So I'm just going to do what I did with this and put this all over my face with my finger and just blend it with my finger, because that's how I used to roll. I have not missed this at all. Oh god. I don't even remember how much I used to use. Probably quite a lot. Oh god. Right, let's just blend that in with my fingers. Oh, that's horrible. It literally just sits on top of your skin. It doesn't sink in, it doesn't cover anything. It's just horrible. I've got spots on my head as well, and it's literally just cake into them. What was I thinking? Right then. Ugh, horrible. Bye bye to the Dream Matte Mousse, because that's the last time I'll ever use that. Right, so as you can see, my face looks pretty damn horrendous. It hasn't really covered anything. It's caked to my spots on my head, which looks horrendous. I've got now foundation fingers, which are horrendous. I also probably used to put a bit of this on my lips actually. And I was also thinking as well, because I actually used to have really blonde, really non-existent brows, I thought I'd put a bit of foundation over them as well. Don't like this. They were not there. Obviously this is not going to make them disappear, but it's going to make them kind of what they were, so a little bit lighter. This is horrific. Horrific. What's funny as well is I didn't actually use any concealer. My spots and things, this was them. This was them covered. And you'd kind of hope at the age of like from like 13 to 18 I didn't have under eye bags because I literally wouldn't have been tired. So yeah, this is how the base looks. And then following that, just to set it, I actually used to use a powder. Now I used to just duck and dive between different powders, but I always used to use like just a standard pressed powder, and I actually just used to use the applicator that came with it, but I don't actually own that because it used to annoy me falling out of here. So I'm just going to put this on with my Real Techniques brush and just kind of put it everywhere. Just kind of everywhere like this, on top of Dream Matte Mousse. Totally forgot what this foundation felt like on your skin. It's quite a nice consistency in a mousse, if you know what I mean. Like, I like mousses and it feels nice to put your finger in and stuff, but not on your skin. It just doesn't do anything. It just sits on top of everything. My skin looks so cakey right now, it's ridiculous. Especially my forehead, ew. And the next step, as I said, I never actually used bronzer. Bronzer was just not in my vocabulary when I was a teenager. I just hated it. So instead I used to go to town with pink blusher. Now I literally never wear blusher anymore. This is quite a rarity that I actually do, and if I do, it's a teeny amount in summer. That's literally it. I don't actually own a blusher that I would feel appropriate or feel like the one I used to use, and do you know what? It actually used to be the Dream Matte Mousse blush. So it was the pinkest one that they had, like a really bright pink. So in order to try and like recreate that, I'm going to use the Kiko's Blush Cocoa Shock 01 Sweet Coral and Apricot blushes. Now these are lovely blushes, don't get me wrong. I just think that this is probably the closest colour that I probably went for. It's got two colours like this. I'm going to go for the darker shade like this because this is the colour of the Dream Matte Mousse blush that I used to use. I'm just going to put loads of that on my brush. Oh my god, it's completely destroyed my brush. And I'm just going to go to town with this on my cheeks because this is what I used to do. I don't really think I even knew where this went either. I just used to kind of run it across my cheeks like that. This is why I don't wear blush anymore, probably because of nightmares about this. Ugh, I hate it. The good thing about this product though is it smells amazing. It smells like chocolate. Lovely blusher, just not in this amount. And you are good to go with this base like this. It looks horrific. Next step would always be a very dark, sort of black and purple smoky eyeshadow. Now, I never blended it. It kind of just went on and I just hope for the best. So I thought the palette that I had closest to this was probably the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette because it's got darks, it's got purples and it's got blacks in it. So they're kind of shades I would always reach for on a, like, for a party or something. You probably destroy brushes by doing this, so I'm going to be very wise with my brush choice here, and I'm just going to use a H&M brush just like this, just to put the black product all over my eye because that is what I used to do. So I'm using the shade Black Market from the Naked Smoky palette, and I'm literally just going to put this all over my eyelid because that's what I used to do as well. I might just zoom you in for this as well actually. Yay. So let's just put this all over. Why did I think that this looked good? And I'm not being funny, but I also continued to do this up until like the age of probably about 19 and at uni. So it's just not a good look at all. Imagine if someone comes to the door now as well. Look at that. Why? Why did I do this? Please, God, tell me why. Let's just do the other eye. The weird thing is as well, I was not even a goth, like I literally didn't go through that phase at all. I was more like Fred Perry's and Nike Air Maxes and went through that phase more as a teenager, not this whole blooming let's be a goth makeup, jeez. Not that there's anything wrong if this is the kind of makeup you like, but it just doesn't suit me at all. So this is a purple shade I'm putting on top of that now, and it's the shade Smolder, which is a lovely shade if you use it right, but not if you use it like this. It just looks, why? Oh my word. I feel like I need to tone the inner corner down just a little bit, but I don't know how to do that with this horrendously dark eyeshadow. Let's use an old Urban Decay one. So let's just blend it out a bit. The next step to this look would probably include the entirety of my waterline being coloured in with black eyeliner. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now. This is actually a Benefit one, which is one that I used into the last sort of few years of doing this. but before that it would just be like a standard Rimmel one or something. So I just used to colour the inner waterline in all the way to the end. Oh my gosh. And then the next step would be also liquid eyeliner on the top as well. So I'm just using a Maybelline one here just to, I'm not gonna lie, I actually wasn't bad at doing liquid eyeliner either when I was younger. I think I've mastered it because I used to do it every single day, so this is what it used to look like. This is tragic. And then you have to wait for it to dry. Why? Just why? So the next step I'd go for was probably a mascara of some description, and it was usually a drugstore one. I didn't really branch into buying expensive makeup, so it was usually something along the lines of like the Maybelline Colossal, or another one very similar to this. Basically anything with a really big, thick, dark brush, which is still the same now. Obviously I've bought this and I use it on a daily basis for work purposes, but I don't coat it as much as I probably used to. And I don't think I ever actually used to put mascara on my bottom lashes. I just used to coat my top ones, and I obviously still had really short lashes then, so I'm sure I still coated them pretty quickly. I just can't get over how dark this whole look is. This, like, why mum? Why did you let me out of the house like this? So that's the eyes all finished. Don't they look amazing? My eyebrows definitely wouldn't be as dark as this either, they'd be much lighter, so this would be all standing out a lot more than it probably is. Next, I would probably go in and use proper liquid lip gloss for this. So it would either be the DK White Apple one, which I used to reach for all the time, and I actually do have it somewhere but I can't find it, and I saved it for this video, so it would be that, but obviously I can't find it. So that's obviously just a really thick, clear lip gloss, and I would coat that onto my lips until it's literally dripping off. Or it would be a Lancome one with like pink glitter in, which I can't remember the shade of, but it used to be that one as well. Or it would be, I think it's Bourjois 3D Effects lip gloss, which was also on like a brush applicator, and it would be a clear one, and I would just coat my lips in that to my life's content, literally. Now obviously, as I've said in previous videos, I don't really wear lip gloss, it's not for me. I much prefer lipstick. The only time I would prefer like a lip gloss is if it was a matte lipstick, like a liquid lipstick where it dries. That's the only time I like it, otherwise I just don't reach for them at all. I'm actually using a lip gloss that I got sent by it's New Skin, but it's New Colour as well, so they do a makeup range, and I'm sure there's absolutely nothing wrong with this lip gloss whatsoever, but they're just not for me at all. So I'm using the contouring lip gloss in the shade Tender Beige, which is just like a beigey colour, and I'm just going to coat my lips in this to my life's content. I already hate the texture of this. I hate it, it's like glue. Oh my gosh, so there we go. That is the makeup all finished. I just do not like this whatsoever. I'm going to now quickly tackle this hair because I'm going to show you how I used to always wear my hair as a teenager. This is like finding a side part, and so this also used to be over here. This probably was as well, but it's just not going anywhere, so it's staying there. When it was curly, I used to grab it all. This was for a night out. Grab it all like this, the top of it like that, and I used to pull bits out like this, and obviously leave my side fringe down, but I don't really have a fringe anymore, so this is quite difficult. We'll just roll with that anyway, because that's all I've got to work with is this long fringe now, whereas this would be like up here before. And then I used to do it with my hands and just make sure it was all straight at the back, get some grips and just shove them in like this. This is just kind of what it looked like, but with a much shorter fringe, and I was also brunette, so pretty different actually. But there we have it. This was my finished hair and my finished makeup from being a teenager. But yeah, so as you can see, amazing. I don't know how I ever got a boyfriend when I looked like this. Yeah, I used to rock the dark eyes, rock the sticky, glossy lip, which some people might like. I'm just not a lip gloss fan at all, and it's probably because I'm scarred for life after these days. But yeah, I really hope that you've enjoyed this video and seeing what products I used and what I looked like as a teenager. I did used to think that this makeup actually looked pretty good, but I could not have been more wrong. It looks horrendous. I'm going to leave you guys here now. If you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up for me, and don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you'd like to see some other videos, sort of like fun videos like this, like blasts from the past, then please be sure to comment them down below and I will get them sorted out for you. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah!